I hate work.
Hey everybody, I just thought I'd go ahead and give a couple of thoughts that I've been having in regards to Blue and Darren's accusations that I'm a racist. First of all, I disagree with them completely. I am not a racist. What I am is I am somebody who's going to point out problems within society, and I'm going to actually discuss those problems. And I've noticed that most of the people calling me racist and other slurs are the types of people who they themselves don't want to talk about any real societal ills. Right? They don't make any videos in regards to government wrongdoing, corporate wrongdoing, religious organization wrongdoing. They don't really criticize anybody except a few people that they like to call those cows. And it's interesting because both of them are, in a way, gatekeepers. Because the thing of it is like, is it more racist to discuss issues with an objective, critical mind? Right? You can think critically, and you're looking at a situation, and you're saying, okay, this is the problem I see. Let's figure out why it's happening, and let's figure out what we can do to solve it.
Okay, there's a lot to unpack there. He said a lot there, and I didn't want to cut each time he said something, so I got to the end of his comments there. And Corky's claiming to be a racist. Or, no, me and Blue, but several other people are claiming he's a racist. Black Guy TV, Ms. Parker, Rabbit Old Bat, Carrie, many people who cover him know that he's a racist. He is out racist. But like a lot of those cows, they don't see themselves as being racist. Von Helton and Corky are they say racist things, but they're not racist. He says that he likes to point out problems in society and discuss society ills and things that have to do with the government and corporations and religious stuff. And he wants to talk about these ills. And he says, well, since he's labeled a lol's cow, that's how come they call him racist. No, we don't call you racist because you're a lol cow. We call you a racist because you're racist. But says the word gatekeeper. Anybody who disagrees with him and proves him wrong is somehow a gatekeeper. He's more of a gatekeeper than anybody else because he's the one that doesn't want people to discuss certain things about him. You can't talk about my past. You can't do this. He's the one that tells you what you can and can't do. I never tell Corky what he can and can't do. But, it doesn't matter. And an objective, critical mind, he claims. Well, I'm going to get into a short little video, but I'm going to tell you about Corky doesn't have experience with black people. He may have seen a few. He may have watched Boys in the Hood. He watches things on the news and TV and on the computer. He knows Miss Parker. He's been in what is that guy with the lab coat? God damn, I can't remember his name. God damn it. And Black Guy TV. He knows people from YouTube that are black. He doesn't know any black people personally. He's never has. He's probably afraid of them. He's never developed a relationship with any black people. He's never made a video. Well, I probably haven't with black people in it. But, I live in a black community. The people I know here, my friends, my enemies, are all black. Okay? First white person lives in there. They don't mean anything. But Corky thinks that black people are less intelligent. But he forgets about Neil deGrasse Tyson. And the guy I just mentioned, lab coat, I can't remember his name. He's a biologist or something, microbiologist or just a biologist, I can't remember. God, I'll think of his name as soon as I'm done. But you know who I'm talking about. I don't think he's on YouTube much anymore. But he used to cover Corky and Rev and Shanny quite a bit. God, I have him on Facebook, but on my phone with me, so I can't look at that. But he's a Facebook friend of mine. Anyway, Those guys are more intelligent. In fact, any of the black people that Corky interacts with are more intelligent than him. Corky thinks he's just this critical thinker, but he's not. And they wonders why I don't and Blue don't sit there and discuss about the problems with black people, what can be improved. It's not my place to do that. Black people are just as intelligent as white people, and Corky doesn't believe that, but most of you listen to this believe that. And black people are quite capable of solving their own problems. And that's really what they want to do. They want to be able to have the freedom and the resources to be able to do that, to solve their own problems. Instead of some white person that thinks they know everything. And I saw a hangout one time where Miss Parker was in it, and Corky and a few other people, they were discussing what needs to be done to help to better the black community. And Miss Parker's just sitting there with her mouth shut, just like, because that's what it is. Corky isn't here put on this earth, a person that doesn't know anything about black people, to solve all the problems of black people. He ain't here to solve anybody else's problems. He's got enough of his own. And why is he going to solve societal problems and he wants people to look to him for the answers when he's the guy who can't hold down a job? He's so creepy that he hadn't got laid till he was 49 years old. Got his first girlfriend just because she was desperate for somebody to cling to run to. That's the only reason he got a woman. Because I think Sabella could do better than Corky. But, Sabella's, I don't need to discuss her. I'm not here to discuss her. Corky, let's watch this video. And this is Corky's critical thinking. So when Corky talks about critical thinking, this is what he means.
We're the racists, so now they're dying more often because of COVID-19.
But okay, I'm gonna do the dangerous thing and suggest maybe it also has something to do with IQ.
Okay, go ahead.
Because if you've got like all these African Americans that losing all their jobs, okay, are they going to be able to do? Are they going to be able to get online? Are they going to be able to start an online business, work from home, do things, like, your average middle class Caucasian is going to be able to do? Are they going to be able to? Are they going to be capable of it? Because remember, a lot of these inner cities, a lot of these young people can't even read properly. So it's like, how you going to expect them to, start an online business or do anything using technology that they're not fully capable of utilizing simply because of lack of IQ and also lack of education. Another way that black people can kill us, other than being shot or stabbed or clubbed right? Because
you're the one who brought up the lack of IQ.
Corky claims that black people have lower IQ, and that's why they have the problems they have, because their IQ isn't, because they're more like monkeys, according to, but they're not. Black people, a lot more black people have college education than Corky does. There's only one Corky, but you know what I'm saying? A lot of black people, there's colleges. I did some work at Morehouse and what was the other college right next to it? Spelman or something like that. College, I did some work over there when I was working for Labor Ready. And, black people have their own colleges. When they weren't allowed into white colleges, they created their own colleges. Black people are trying to mend and build their society. Now, the only thing I will add to anything that say that black people need, because I'm not here to solve their problems. I think the black community needs more old money. See, white communities have old money. Asian communities have old money. Old money is generational money, money that's inherited to the next generation. When there's that in a society, and it is starting, they're probably starting to a certain extent, but you know, that would go a long ways to help the black community. The crime, I think, is more of a cultural thing. It has nothing to do with the color of their skin. It's something that's grown in their society because I'm not going to say why. It's there, but it isn't natural. Black people don't naturally turn to crime. I can tell you that for a fact. Pressure, just like there's a lot of white people who do drugs and do crimes. When black people do, it gets noticed more, maybe. I don't know. I'm not here to solve their problems. And Corky wants other people to discuss with him because he has all the answers. Because look at all the books behind him when he talks. Those books have the answer to all society's ills. And Corky is here to give us those answers.
Or is it more racist to sit there and not say anything? Right? Because the thing of it is like, they're not giving an opinion. There's an old adage that if someone is silent about something, it means that they agree with the situation. They agree with what's happening. Like they're perfectly fine with the situation as it is.
Well, in your case, it would be less racist to not say anything because you're going to put your foot in your mouth and say something racist. You can't discuss anything about black people without slipping some racist in there. When you call that one woman a ghetto something because she was black, you know, there's no ghetto out here. Ghetto, I usually think of being inner city, poor neighborhood. Ghetto actually is a word that comes from Germany. That's what the concentration camps where they put the Jews in. That's what really a ghetto is. I don't know why they started using it for poor neighborhoods, but you know, Corky, you're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about, and you put your foot in your mouth. And yes, sometimes it's better to keep your mouth shut. And when it comes to black people's problems in society, I can't fix it. I mean, I'm just a guy who sits there and gardens and does artwork and raises chickens and geese and all of the other animals and takes care of a house. That's all I can do. And all I can do for black people is just to be friends with them. If somebody, and treat them with respect. And not say they have low IQs because they don't. And not call their women beastly bitches because they're not. The black women I know definitely are not beastly bitches like you think black women are. And they need to read one of your books that you got in order to better themselves. Maybe you should fix your own life before you take a whole demographic of society and try to fix their lives. Your life is a mess.
You